Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am reviewing this new machine, LOKLIK by iCraft. I got the new purple lavender color. It comes in this nice box, well packaged. It comes with some vinyl in the package that I got. It comes with a foil transfer kit. So it comes with like the foil, the blade, and then, well, it's not really a blade, but the little stylus, some tape. And then it does come with an instruction manual in this little envelope. It does come with two different blades. I have the regular blade in and then a cutting mat as well. It opens up on the top. This is very similar to a Cricut. And here's the housing for the blade. It just one quick snap shut. There's nice embossing detail on the back panel, is super cute. And the top, nice chrome piece. It is a very sleek looking machine. Here's it closing. It does come with this little piece that you can either leave off and it stands by itself. So you could put your pen. It does come with this little marker pen that you can put in the housing. Same with a stylus pen to do some embossing, so not a blade. And then it also comes with the weeder, which anytime you're working with vinyl or little tiny pieces of cardstock, you can poke it out with that. And this little plastic piece, there's a hole and it kind of just slides in and slide it down to lock it into position. Super cute machine. Now, it does plug in, and that's the only option I'm using. This does plug into your computer, but my computer does not have like a USB part like that. So I just do the Bluetooth version, which is nice when it comes to machines. You don't have to have it plugged in. So today I'm going to be making some labels out of paper. You could do stickers, all sorts of things. This is the software, which in the manual, it shows you like the website to go to loklik.com/downloads and download the software onto your computer. Again, here's the cord if you want to plug it in, but my computer does not. It plugs in right here. My computer does not have that option, so I don't need to use that. I just use the Bluetooth version. So here's a software program. When you open it up, you have like a blank screen. I do have a print border around mine because I've already played with this software. So at the top, you have Canvas, Library, My Zone. There is some other like pro stuff. So kind of like the Cricut, like you can upgrade and stuff. Here's the library. This is their library. It's just images and pictures that you're able to use, download to your canvas and work with, edit, all sorts of things. So these are the popular ones right now, Valentine's and St. Patty's Day. And then over here in the corner, you can click more. On the left-hand side, there's more tabs for you to click on, like new, popular, stuff, and then you can go based off the like shape or operation. It's very cool, easy to use, and then there's a search bar as well. You can search for something if they have something similar. They have a lot of free images, which is very nice. So I'm just going to scroll down something that I want to make for my labels that I would glue onto my projects. So this one is cute, and note that everything is basically layered. If there's multiple colors, that means it's layered. I like this, but obviously I don't want it to say My Valentine, so we're going to edit that. I'm going to add it to my project, basically. So here it is. And I'm kind of going to try to zoom into things so you guys can see, because I know sometimes tutorials, I can't see anything what they're talking about. So you would just click on the entire image to like highlight it basically. And now you have this blue square around. The right bottom corner, just move it up and down and it adjusts the size of your project. Also down here, if you're like me, I need to see my project up close and personal. So I am hitting the zoom multiple times. I think I zoom it to 200 or 175 or something. And then just move your mat. Basically, you kind of just scroll over to move it to the center of, the screen and stuff. Your project didn't change shape. As here, right here, it's still 2.93 inches. So for this image, I know that these pieces in general, because I've worked with the machine, can be ungrouped. So you're going to highlight your entire little thing, and in the bottom right-hand corner, you're going to see the ungroup option. And over here on the right, it's going to show you all the different layers. You can kind of click and just see what it's talking about. Like every little piece is its own entity, basically. So I'm selecting it. As you can see, I'm just clicking on it, and then I'm hitting delete on my keyboard. So this little heart I don't like. And then this little one, but I realized it's grouped. So there can be multiple sets of groups. So again, I'm going to come down bottom right-hand corner, ungroup, and now every little line, every little thing is a own piece. So I just deleted that other little tiny heart. So now I want to customize this and add my name. On the left-hand corner, there's a text little icon. So here's the text. You just click on it and start deleting it basically on your keyboard, and I'm typing my handle for YouTube and Instagram. Obviously it's massive. So what you want to do, I also don't like the font of this. So in the upper left-hand corner, you can see over here, I'm kind of circling over the fonts. Now, all of their fonts have to be downloaded. They are not just in the program, the software. So if you can see right here, there's an arrow and a star. So click on the arrow and it'll turn into a check mark when it's downloaded. It takes like 1.5 seconds. So right here, look, I'm literally downloading them, and then you're able to use them after the fact. So it has to have the little green check mark. Here's the name, here's the sample of it. So you can scroll down and look, click what you want and stuff. So when you're selecting which one you like, make sure you click on the actual like name of it, and you'll see in the background on your workspace that the name, see how my name is changing, that it's actually working, and you're clicking on one that's downloaded. So download it, then click on the actual name if that's the font that you want. So scrolling down, I think I want to pick this one. So make sure you download it, click on it. Again, you'll see the name change in the background. Here's the bottom right-hand corner. I'm just moving it in and out to shrink it, make it bigger. And then the upper right-hand corner, see the square, move it around the mouse until you see this little half circle with an arrow. That is going to rotate your image, your font, whatever it is. Notice my banner is slightly slanted, so that's why I want to rotate the font. And then also I need to shrink that down because it is way too big. It also does some trick. If you flip it and move it at the same time, it flips it upside down. So I haven't played with that feature yet. So I think it looks good. It's somewhat centered, as much as it's gonna get for this tutorial. So because I am making labels, we are using the print and cut feature on this machine. You're gonna have to print it on your own printer and then cut it with this machine. So basically I need to cut the entire outer silhouette of this thing. So I'm gonna show you what's gonna happen if you try to just print and cut this as it is. I'm gonna hit make in the upper right-hand corner. I need to connect my machine, so it'll walk you through the process. I'm not using USB, I am doing Bluetooth, and I'm connecting it. So once it's connected, it'll show, and then at the bottom, you click complete connection. And then your machine is connected. Right here, you'll see in the upper right-hand corner that it's connected to your machine. And then there's options to cut, score, foil, draw. We're obviously gonna cut this once we print it, so I'm gonna leave it on cut. And then down here, you're gonna have two options to either cut or then print and cut. So we're gonna select print then cut, and then over here, for the sake of this video, I'm gonna act like we already printed it, because once you print it, you're gonna load it onto your mat and load it into the machine. But look at right here. These are the only options to cut. So if you look, I have multiple colors. Here's a light pink. It's gonna cut the entire shape of the light pink, which means it will cut through that dark pink. So you can see right here, if you click the little arrow, it's gonna cut that entire layer. And then if you look over here on the pink, it's gonna cut every single one of those little layers that you see. So you can, like I said, always click on the arrow to see what it's gonna cut. Black, it's gonna cut my name, Craftburge, out of that entire heart. We do not want that. So I'm going to hit cancel. So a way to get around that is to, on your right-hand side, you're gonna have your layers highlighted. Highlight the entire thing, and then up here in the top bar, you'll find something called offset. You can either do it internally or externally. We want it on the outside. So you have a little bar, you can kind of move it around. And if you could see that little blue line, that's how big your border is going to be. So that looks about like what, 16th all the way up to like maybe an 1/8 of an inch all the way around. I want it to cut basically on the colored cardstock. Like I don't really want white. So I'm going to do 0.1. I think you might be able to do 0.0, but I'm not sure. I haven't played with it yet. I'm just going to do a 0.1. So then over here on the bottom, you now have a layer because we just created a shadow basically, and it's in black. If your project already has black in it, you need to change the color of it. So in the upper bar, here's the color. You could pick which color you want. I'm gonna do a color that's not already on my project. So for instance, this bright blue. And over here on the right, you know, the layers, it's gonna show that outline is in a royal blue, which is not gonna be confused when you go to, you know, print and cut it. So let's highlight the whole thing, come over in the corner, make sure it's highlighted, and then select make. Again, for the sake of the video, I'm just gonna test that it is gonna cut the right pieces. I'm gonna act like I already printed it and go through the steps again, cutting machine. So here again, showing you if you select pink, it's gonna cut all the pink. So here's the blue, let's sample what it's gonna cut. The entire outline, which is exactly what we want. I want little cardstock pieces, ephemera basically. So I'm gonna select that and you would send that to your machine. But because I wanna make more than one, I'm hitting cancel. I'm selecting my image, make sure it's the size you want. 3 inches is a little bit big. So I'm gonna take the bottom right-hand corner, shrink it down just a little bit more, and I'm gonna duplicate this. I'm just gonna use my mouse, click, highlight it, and copy, paste.
just a bunch of times basically. There's faster ways to do it with like the controls, but I don't do that. I just hit copy and paste. The little border around that's dotted is basically the size of a paper at 8.5 by 11. That way you know kind of how many you can put on one sheet of paper. These labels are a little bit big. If you went smaller, obviously you could fit more across. I'm going to do 6, highlight them all, hit make, and then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to print them because I really am going to do this. So this screen will pop out. Make sure your heart is in between these little black lines on all 4 corners and that it is in frame. So that way the machine can register and scan those black lines because that's what that machine is going to do. So I'm going to print this. Right here, it is already on an A4 size. If you notice, if I select like a 8.5 by 11, look at the preview. The preview changes. It chops off my image because the lines aren't the same. So try to leave it on an A4 because I feel like that's what the settings are on this machine and in general. So here it is, printed, my corners. My printer needs to be cleaned, but anyway, that's why some of the lines are blurry. So don't mind that. Load it into your machine. Make sure it's in these little white corners, the mat. There you go. You see it just slides in and out. And then up here on the little buttons, power's on. You're going to do the arrows. That is going to feed it in. You do have to hold the mat up. That is in the instructions that you have to kind of hold it up while you press that button. And it kind of just grips and sucks in the paper. So here we go. Here's the layers. There's multiple hearts now because I did 6 little die cuts. So I'm going to select that blue layer to cut. So highlight that, make sure it's green. Now down here, you have to pick like your material. When you click that, you can see the bars at the top, the different types of materials that it cuts, details. I clicked on other, and then you can see on the right-hand side, there's little edits that you can click and edit it. When you click edit, it'll show the suggested cuts, depth, how many passes it should go through. So right here, I'm going to show you, hit edit, and it's going to show you the blade depth, how fast you want to go. You can save it and stuff, but I don't know how to get that onto the actual computer because this is just in the management tab of the views. So you can see all the different materials and they're all in edit mode. So I'm going to X this out. And now here's what shows up on my thing. They have stars next to them. If there's a star, that means you can select it. So right here, I just clicked a random one. It says transparency film. So these are all for vinyl. I don't have vinyl in there. I have paper. So I'm not sure how to get the settings on there other than I've already had a machine before and I made my own. So right here, I just clicked on one of them and I named it 110 pound cardstock because that's what I'm cutting. So who cares what the name is? Just look over here at the force, 8.5. It needs to be pushing down pretty hard. It does need to pass twice. And then my speed, I did a 6. You could probably do a 10 if it's a basic shape, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to do a 6. Because this machine is brand new, it will most likely need to be calibrated, but I did not calibrate mine and it worked. So right here, it's going to say, do you want to calibrate? I hit no thanks, basically, and it cut pretty dang good without it being calibrated. Here's the machine reading the register lines. It's so quiet compared to my other machines. So it's reading all 4 corners. You have to have space in the back. Here it is cutting. It sounds like R2-D2. It is so cute. It is so quiet in comparison to my other machines. Hit the arrow button to unload your mat. And there you go. You can either pull the pieces out. I pulled the whole paper off. So it cut all the way through. This is 110 pound cardstock from Hobby Lobby. And look, I kind of just slightly bend the mat and just pop them off like fresh baked cookies. Here they are. So cute. So once you're done with this, you can close out like the printing options, hit cancel and stuff. You're going to need to save your projects. So in the upper left-hand corner, there's the file thing. You're going to hit file, save. Sometimes I always forget to do that. I'll close down the thing and lose projects. So you could add it to your projects or have a tab. In the upper right-hand corner, there's library. That's their library, not your library. You need to hit my zone. Your zone is going to have your made, saved, worked on projects. And then I kind of made mine as like a folder of print and cut because that's what this is. Such an awesome machine for a great price, you guys. They are running a promo till March 15th. If you use the code in my description box, you'll get $60 off, you guys. This is such a great price in comparison to a Cricut Maker for a fraction of the price, you guys. I definitely recommend this machine. Thank you guys for sticking around and watching, and I will catch you on the next crafty video. Bye, guys.